Citizen Vigilante, the topic of the week, you can say, for the past few weeks, has just been granted worldwide distribution for, in theaters around the world, except for a few countries. Wonder what those countries could be. What's rockin' my rock and roll? Today we're going to be talking about a topic that is still blowing up, and I still want to talk about it a little bit, and that is the Citizen Vigilante movie that's causing a whole controversy. I'll just kind of use, nice words here for YouTube. Still, I mean, it's been released, 2 weeks ago almost, and it's still causing all this, mayhem around the world, but thankfully, more people, let's just say this. One of the things people were talking about was they were not able to see it. It wasn't in theaters. It went straight, at least here in the States, it went straight to rental services, and it was banned in Germany famously. And it has just been granted a worldwide distribution. So let's just read this article from Variety. So Armie Hammer's Citizen Vigilante secures worldwide distribution following dramatic Elon Musk intervention. This was posted, I think, day and a half ago. Alright, here we go. So, Quiver Distribution has taken worldwide rights, excluding the UK, German-speaking territories, which is like Austria and Switzerland and Germany, South Korea and Taiwan, to Armie Hammer's controversial comeback movie, Citizen Vigilante. So, obviously we knew it was banned in Germany. The German-speaking territories, I did not know it was banned, but I can understand why. I mean, so Switzerland and Austria, that's kind of what that area, I guess you can call it. South Korea and Taiwan, that's interesting. I don't know why it would be banned there. Maybe it's like a rights issue, maybe. I don't know. The UK, that's the one that's like, I could totally understand why it's banned there. I don't agree with it, but I understand why that, backwards country. Obviously, the British citizens who watch my channel, they're cool. Yeah, y'all patriots for your country, but the rest of you, like the Labour Party, whoo! Yeah, so let's continue. The distributor, which led by co-presidents Jeff Sackman and Barry Mayerowitz, already holds North American rights and released the action affiliate. Alright, sorry guys if there was like a little cutout there or it sounded like I skipped ahead. My camera weirdly died when I was recording this. They're trying to get me. They don't want the news to get out. But anyway, so we're back. So let's just continue with the article. The deal comes after a dramatic intervention by Elon Musk, who posted the film on his X account, which has 240 million followers, to download in its entirety for free for 48 hours from Thursday to Saturday. That was obviously last week. Speaking to Variety on Monday, the movie's German director Uwe Boll, thank you for the people in the comments who told me how to pronounce it right. So Uwe Boll said Musk had contacted the team behind Boll's U.S. podcast, UV Boll Raw, which he hosts with Gary Otto before posting the movie on X. He contacted my U.S. podcast, but not me directly, and told me, we've got a message from Elon Musk. And they were, okay, blah. They told me, hey, we got a message from Elon Musk, he explained. I thought it must have been a parody account. I mean, you're not really thinking that he would contact you, but then it turned out it was true. But I didn't, let's see, weirdly placed. But I didn't really chat myself with him or talk to him. It was very quick, I think this guy, I don't know what he's doing per day, but I think his attention went fast, So I felt also if we don't in a way agree to do it, he would have just moved on. Asked if Elon Musk had actually asked permission to post the film on X, Boll replied, basically yes. Providing the film for free may have hurt the earning potential for the film, but equally, it has gifted the film the kind of publicity that an indie distributor like Quiver would have never been able to afford, and that's a silver lining here that yes, I mean, posting it for free, money-wise, did hurt it, but it got the word out. I mean, like the article said, 240 million followers, the world's most richest man. He also posted on X. He probably sent it to some friends, hey, you gotta check this out. Other powerful people. So, in the end, I think it was a good move. Let's continue. There is, of course, a good and bad side of the X posting. Boll said the question you have to evaluate is that bringing more money in the end, or is that bringing more money in the end, or is it that costing me a lot of money? It's weirdly. I don't know if it's the article written weird. You get a lot of PR, but you don't get a lot of money. So we will figure out. We will figure out in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Let's see. Bowl added that given the political power that the movie unleashed, and then it was only out in the US and Canada, it felt little like, no, we should, for a short time at least, give this movie to the world. He explained that film doesn't have a rating in the UK yet, and it was denied a rating in Germany, and apart from Korea and Taiwan, it hadn't looked likely, this article is weirdly worded, that it would be picked up in other territories. So he had little to lose from agreeing to let Elon Musk post film on X. So that's the thing. You feel like, why not? Like, just go for it. And it talks about how much it's made in the U.S. Blah blah blah. Talks about how he hopes to get a sequel. So when you make a successful movie, you always hope you can make a second part, and it would make sense to send Sanders, Hammer's character, to England or send him to America, and then you go from there. He already talked about, like, in the last video, going to America. Going to England, I would love to see that. Although he said he has some ideas for the sequel, there is no script yet. Asked if Hammer would return in the sequel, Bull replied, I think he would be happy to do it. Variety reached out to Hammer's representative to confirm if the actor would reprise the role. Yeah, no reply. And then it just talks about Variety's review, hating the movie, and that's about it. So basically, for you people around the world, obviously excluding a few countries, we'll probably get the chance... We'll probably get the chance to watch this movie finally, which is a very good thing. Like I said, is the movie like high art or like the best movie or a good movie? Not really. Let's just be honest. The way it's structured is kind of all over the place. But plot-wise, I think this is one of those movies where like the plot doesn't really matter. Like, yeah, whatever. It's one of those like exploitation. I saw someone on Twitter describe this movie as base-sploitation, because like there was exploitation movies in like the earlier part, like the 70s and 80s, like the black exploitation. There was the sexploitation over in Italy with like the Black Emmanuel film. So somebody described this as base exploitation, which is just the perfect name. So bravo whoever created that, whoever thought of that. That was awesome. So yeah, it's a exploitation film. It's down, it's down, dirty, gritty, gringy. Which is, kind of fitting for the, the title and, not the title, but for the theme of this movie. And, it's a good thing. The bottom line is kind of like this, like Bull mentioned in the article. The best thing is this movie is getting out there. The word is getting out. People are talking about it, which I think all this controversy it's been starting is actually a good thing. It's actually helping it, because you hear like, oh my god, this movie's banned, it's causing controversy. A lot of people are going to see that and be like, oh my god, I gotta check this out. This is the movie that's causing all this. I gotta check this out. So it is a good thing in the end, and I'm happy for my fellow baseploitation, let's just say lovers around the world who are not in America and Canada, to finally get a chance to see it. I know a lot of you from my comments from the last 2 videos have talked about, hey, when can I see it? Or you've already seen it and you want to watch it again. So now might be your chance to get it in theaters. I don't know if it's going to be in theaters, actually. Worldwide distribution, it could just mean that rental services, like streaming rentals around the world, or it could be in theaters. This article didn't really say, I don't think. Scrolling through real quick. No. Okay, I don't remember reading anything about that. So basically, people who have not seen it will probably get a chance to see it, and it's a good thing. We need this message to get out there. It seems every day more and more, I guess, atrocities, let's just say, happen, and more and more people are pushing back. So I do think, what do you want to call it, the tide, or whatever euphemism you want to describe it, the tide is turning. It seems people are starting to push back slowly. There's a huge protest for that Louis. I think I said his name was Louis in one of my videos. I think it's Louis, that unfortunate French teen who had his head bashed in by a pack of migrants. There's a huge protest for him coming up on, I think this is Wednesday the 1st. So I think it's this Saturday, July 4th. I could be it's in France. I don't remember where. It's somewhere near where like he grew up, and his mom basically came out and said like, no, now is not the time for mourning. It's time for war, which is something we haven't really seen. Like, someone, especially like a woman, a mother, call for war. Usually it's like, oh, like here in America, like we had that poor Austin Metcalf kid who got killed, and the dad, when it first happened last year, the dad was like, I forgive the killer, which is just this stupid boomer mentality. Just throw that mentality out. And to see that Louis' mother say like, no, it's time for war, we need to get angry, which is kind of surprising. It's kind of and also good. It's good and surprising to see. So before I'm starting to get off topic, but thankfully, because like thanks to Quiver Distributions, people around the world can now see Citizen Vigilante, and hopefully, if it does get, I guess, big enough and the word of mouth spreads, we can I guess turn the tide a little bit more to what's going on in our countries, and that is a good thing, because what is happening is not good, and eventually there is going to be a breaking point. So thankfully, a move like this, it looks like the tide is turning in our favor.